All right, Kevin, it looks like we got Chris on the feed here. I'm going to go ahead and add him in.
All right.
Chris, what's up, man?
What's going on?
What's going on?
How you doing,
I
man?
haven't seen you in forever.
It's been a while, man. I'm hanging in there.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you spent a few minutes with us tonight to chat, because I do have some questions for you.
Okay.
And you might be able to answer them for us. So first of all, a few things since the last time that you and I have actually talked face to face. Congratulations on 20 years of the Better Life.
Thank you.
Congratulations on sobriety.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your life choices of getting into the fitness and getting fit. You are someone that I look at and I admire for everything that you've done in the last few years for yourself.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
And then you missed one, Kevin. Congratulations on the hair. That's a nice thing you got going on there, man. A little jealous over here on this end.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go one more time. I'm gonna let it go one more time before I get too old to do it, right? Because once you get a certain age, people are like, "Look at that old man, he's got," So I'm gonna just let it happen one more time.
So I got
a question. Man, no, if you got it, flaunt it.
It still grows pretty well. I ain't gonna lie.
So March 25th, you guys were supposed to be playing at the Hard Rock as the 20th anniversary show for the Better Life with CPR and all of that. And of course, all the COVID-19 happened. Everything got postponed or canceled or anything like that. And I know you guys have taken your European tour and moved it to 2021. Have you heard anything as far as any of the shows that you had stateside to making those up? Because I personally was really looking forward to that Hard Rock show.
I was too. We all were, man. I mean, it's really this was going to be a really cool tour, like one that, it wasn't going to be just another tour. It was going to be the one that we thought we would never be able to do, if that makes sense. No one ever thinks they're going to get 20 years in the music business. Are you kidding me? It's like, it's almost impossible to get a second record, and to get 20 years is like, it's really hard. And we're looking forward to it, and all the stuff this band's been through, right? I mean, like, golly, it's one thing after another, and then now this, but it really sucked for all of us. And the word on the street is 2021 for everyone. And I say everyone, That's everyone that I know. I'm not, I mean, I hear there's other bands saying, "Oh, we're going to tour." Yeah, are you? But is anyone going to show up? Everyone's scared shitless to stand next to somebody. Yeah, I shook somebody's hand today, and if I tell somebody, they're going to be all mad at me, So it is what it is, man. But like when you have, it's not just about the guys in the band. I mean, there's promoters, there's companies that get behind all this, and everyone's freaking out. No one knows what to do.
And I think that's what the worst part of the whole thing is just the unknown. So it's just played and see. I mean, like I read something where Carnival Cruise Line was going to start booking cruises next month at $28 a day, and I'm just like, is anybody really going to go?
I don't know. Right now, they're telling people not to gather in mass crowds, and we're in the mass crowd business. That's what we do.
Right.
So our business is dead. It's dead before it's dead. And there's no one that has any answers. Like there's not one person on the planet has any answers of what the music industry or any sort of like crowdsourced kind of thing is going to, no one has anything. No one has anything. They don't know if it's going to be 6 months, 8 months, if there's going to be a vaccine. No one knows. And who are we supposed to call? We're on our own. It sucks. A band like my band we'll survive this. We'll be fine, right? We'll get through it. But there's a lot of bands out there, man, that ain't gonna make it. They're living paycheck to paycheck. Those bands, and they're good bands. Oh, yeah. They're good bands. They're good musicians. They work hard, and they deserve a shot. They're not gonna get a shot.
Chris, one thing
Go ahead, Jared.
Real quick. One thing we've seen is a lot of bands that are, and I'm sure you have too, transition into like utilizing, the internet a lot more with live streaming shows at home and having the PayPal, Venmo, tip jar kind of thing, on the struggling band level. And even some of the bigger acts like Garth Brooks doing stuff, and Kevin, you've watched a few of them too. How do you see that playing into if not the rest of 2020, and then even maybe on into the future? You know, how do you see that playing out, just from your perspective?
I think it'll be cool. There'll be a lot of bands that'll be able to get away with it, and a lot of bands that really won't. I mean, if there's no fan base, there's no fan base, and it's really going to be hard. I guess if everyone's doing it, it'll just be like so many choices. What I think is people are going to do that, and that's going to be cool. But what I think is there are going to be some bands that are going to get to play, right? Bands that, okay, let me just rephrase this so I don't sound like a complete moron. Bands that bring in big crowds are not going to be able to play, but bands that don't bring in necessarily the bigger crowds are going to still get to play, but people are going to be hungry, so they're going to get a chance to be in front of a lot more people than they normally would have. This is their opportunity, so that it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but let's just, you know, there's a silver lining in there somewhere. It may not be for my band, but there's a silver lining in there for a lot of other bands. So hey, that's cool.
That's a unique way of looking at it. I didn't even think about something like that playing out.
Hey, yeah, we're a show based on, you know, the local music scene here in Biloxi, the Gulf Coast first, but really, you know, all underground kind of music, you know, those bands trying to break through. So sounds to me like you're saying it's our time to shine, right? I
think it is. I mean, this is, if there was a shot for you, this is it, man, you know, because there's no one's changing the rules for you. The rules, you can change the rules for yourself.
I love it. I love it.
So real quick before we let you go, I told you we wouldn't keep you very long. So 20 years ago, The Better Life, to 2020, 20 years later, what do you think the biggest differences are between when you guys signed and started touring to where we're at now? Take the COVID stuff out of it. Pre-COVID, right before COVID hit, where do you think the big differences are in the music industry in those 20 years?
In the deals, first and foremost, and then in radio, and you know that. I mean, radio. Sorry about that. Knocked my phone down. Radio's changed so much, man. Like it's and without radio, it's really, man, it's difficult to be. It's difficult to be in a big band. It really is, because you guys, like, man, the radio industry did everything for us. We went out and played, wrote some songs, but without people playing it, man, no one would have gave a crap. And people don't consume music the same way. So I think that those are the three big things. But the 360 deals, because no one makes any money anymore unless you can tour. Now you can't tour. And the way people consume music, it's really crazy.
I got you. Well, Chris, I'm gonna tell you what, I appreciate you coming on and having this chat with us.
Yeah, anytime.
I hope the best for you guys, and I hope you do get to see the stage again in those big venues, because I know I'll be sitting front row again one time to see you guys. So thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Chris Henderson from Three Doors Down. Kind of an insight of some stuff that we, like I said, we didn't even think about, of some of the smaller bands. Maybe it is their chance to be able to get into these venues and more people watching them because they can't go see these bigger bands.